Alright, so we have unlocked Basmu's new augment mod, Dreadful Killshot. This will give you increased damage and status chance by 20% for every 75 health you have, capped at 360%. So I think you need like 1350 to max it out. So you could use a lot of Warframes, or you can go with the arcane to give you more health, or build into health if you want to try it out. Old heads remember Basmu back in the day before the nerfs. Used to you would want a Riven with negative reload. So if you guys didn't know way back when, there's probably videos on YouTube where it would do pulsing damage every time it reloads, but it would just multiply and scale infinitely um, based on your reload speed. So it used to just wipe everything in sight. Um, but yeah, let's turn the Basmu's alt fire into Phantasma with this build. So I'm building it for heat corrosive, um, no rivens, and let's see how it goes. For testing purposes, I have Corvex. Pretty trash build right here. Some health and casting and some strength shards. So no emerald shards to strip armor. And I have viral spreading with Panzer. So let's see how this does. So yeah, not too bad. Um, just get some headshots to procs, and then use your alt fire just to get tons and tons of heat procs on. I'm not running Prime Shred. I tested it. I think this is more comfortable. I do have the extra fire rate on Panzer, that mod, but this is very comfortable. Let's try it with radiation proc, some armor strip. Let's see how that goes. Yeah, this is very fun and quite powerful. So, good job, D, with this augment mod. Obviously, a lot of people are still not going to be using Basmu in 2025 just because the meta is AoE, AoE, AoE. But Allfire is sort of, a chaining AoE. So and if you like the design of the weapon, feel free to use it. You know, you're just gonna see tons of damage ticks across your screen. And, it has the added benefit of when it goes to zero, kind of stuns most enemies except for Eximus. And it chews through a lot of enemies pretty well. Ideally, you would want a Riven with multi-shot. Um, I didn't build it for any crit or anything, but you could always, get a Riven with crit chance and double it with more crit chance and put Vital Sense on, then you could drop. I have magazine warp right now, so you could drop this. Ideally, um, if you did have a Riven, see this one has magazine capacity, crit chance, and multi-shot, so not too bad. So if I slot this here, let me drop this. If I slot this here, crit chance goes up to that. Now, if we add crit delay, go up to 65, which is pretty nice, right? Now the bad thing is you want Vital Sense, but you want to keep the heat, so drop Corrosive, maybe put... I have no clue. Let's see. Let's put Vital Sense in. Let's drop this. And then let's add... Let's put that there. Let's put that there. And what can we run? We could run... Let me see. Can I run just this? No. That's the bad thing with the Basmu is that it has electric on it. So you have to, double pair up to get your heat on here. Let's see if I do magnetic capacity, get radiation magnetic. This is tough building for double crit chance. That's why you want to drop it. And you could do like something like this. You could do your viral. But then again, the heat pairs with electric, gives you radiation. So the only way I build it is corrosive and heat. And, you could drop this. Technically, this slot here, you could put whatever you want. If you wanted to do something funny, you could do Prime Shred and see how fast the heat procs up, right? You're not going to be getting status damage, but I think you could probably drop this with all of the extra damage you're getting with this plus this. So let's see how Prime Shred does before I take this video off. I haven't tried this build, so let's see how this does. You're getting tons of heat. Alright, let's see. Yeah, this might be better. This is outrageous. how fast the alt fire is now. So, and that's with no iron strip. So, clocks again. Let's go nuts. Can this out DPS Phantasma? Who knows? Maybe. Someone would have to go try that. But for now, I'll probably leave the build like this. Obviously, my Riven is kind of good. So, with the multi-shot and extra magazine and perchance. So, this one has cool Christian. I need to roll both of them. I ideally want multi-shot and maybe just like corrosive on the build. So on the Riven. That way it frees up 2 slots. And I could slot like a Bane mod. Because you're going to be, you basically are going to be, it's a dot build. So the more ticks you get, the better, right? Um, let's see how Saren does. I think her health is like right under, right? If I'm not mistaken, my build. Yeah. So she doesn't have quite 1350. So as you see, it's at 340%. So you need that 1350 health to get it all the way up. This is Nourish Saren. Absolutely crack. It's absolutely nuts. And do I have a roar build? Let me see. Let's see what the health's at. Yeah, okay. So, let's see what roar does with Saren. Absolutely gross. Without spreading any spores. She is still the most broken frame in the game. I love it. So if somebody better than me could make a better build than this and test it against the Phantasma, that would be great. Just to see how it compares time to kill and kills per minute. Alright, that is Basmu with its new augment. Let me know what you think about it. And I'm going back to sleep until there's some new content.